rules that marriage between two people of the same sex is constitutional in the United States of America, is it your position that the state of Texas and those
should absolutely oppose it
and
in every way? Absolutely.
Then I disagree with you.
I believe in the rule of law, not the rule of judges. I don't believe that 5 oligarchs could change the entire law. You've got the legislative branch, Representative Turner, and you've got the executive branch, and they both have equal authority, and they can say, we're not going to enact it, and we're not going to fund it.
Dr. I understand.
And the state can do the same thing. So it's a time for us to stand up and just say, no.
Then let me push you even further. The laws that we pass here in the state of Texas, is it right to expect Texans to follow the laws that we pass here by this legislature?
If the laws are...
Let me just finish, because I think the message is very important. Are the laws that we pass here in the legislature, should we expect the people in the state of Texas to follow the laws that we pass?
Only if the laws are moral. Only if the laws are morally right.
And who makes that determination?
Well, first you look in the Bible. And if you passed a law that we're going to go and round up people of an ethnic group and put them into jail and exterminate them, and they passed the law, would you abide by that? I wouldn't. What they do in Nazi Germany, it was legal to round up Jews and put them in the chambers and kill them. And the defense, they said, is that was the law. Just because you pass it or the Supreme Court says it's true doesn't mean it's right. Now, you may put me in jail if you try to maybe do something that I believe is morally wrong and I can't do it. And you may say you're going to have to go to jail. I'll just have to go to jail over it.
Well, I guess I come from a household with 2 parents that didn't graduate from high school with 9 kids. And what my parents taught me is that you will follow the rules, you will follow the dictates that are prescribed to you, and Sylvester, you will work as hard as you can when you disagree with them to change those rules. But until such time, you follow the rules and you follow the law. And that's one of the reasons, Dr. Hotze, why I went to law school. In order for those rules that I did not agree with, to try to do my best to champion them to change the rules.
And you've been a champion on doing that, and I admire you for doing that. Congratulations.
Thank you. And what I would say to my children, and what I would say to county clerks and everybody else in this state, whatever the law is, you follow the law. You follow the dictates. And if by chance the Supreme Court should rule otherwise, should rule that marriage is between 2 people of the same sex is constitutional and legitimate, I would expect every county clerk, every judge, every police officer, every firefighter, and the people of the state of Texas to follow the dictates of the law of the land. And that's regardless of how you may feel.
Respectfully, I would tell them to do just the opposite.
And what I say to them is that we tell our kids to go to school every single day. And we tell them to learn and not to go there and teach. And we tell them to understand that this is a democratic society. And you're correct. We have a legislative branch, an executive branch, and we have a judicial branch. Each one of them plays a very important role.
And they're co-equal.
Well, they certainly are co-equal. But the point that I'm simply making, and the only reason why I'm raising this question, because I think it's very legit, is that whatever the law is, I think we expect people to follow the law. And I think that has served this country and the state extremely well. And we can disagree.
Well, there are ways around the law. We have legalization. The Supreme Court, even though I believe it was completely wrong, said it's constitutional to kill a baby in the womb. I think it's a horrible injustice and it's unconstitutional. But let me just say this. In Texas, we said, we don't believe that's right, so we're going to do everything we can to protect the unborn that we possibly can, and we've done that. And that's the same thing. If they were to come out ruling that marriage between 2 individuals is legal, I would say, let's do everything we can to stop it, just like we stopped abortion. To cut off funding from it, that's all I'm saying. We do everything within our power to legally stop it because we don't believe it's right. Look, that's my religious convictions. You may totally disagree with me, and you have another point of view on that. I respect you for that, but we're going to get out in the tough and tumble of politics, and we're going to see who wins the battle on that.
Well, I'm not going to take a backseat with anyone on religious convictions. My religious convictions are very deep as well.
I'm sure they are, and I agree with you on that. And they may be completely at opposite.
I understand, but I also have no respect of persons, and I want to treat everybody fairly. And I don't want anybody to feel that they're any less than I am because they may not live a life like I live. I want to give people their respect. I want everyone to know, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their sexual gender, regardless of whoever they may be.
Well, I don't compare their sexual actions that are chosen with the fact that they're born white, black, or Mexican, or whatever.
I understand your position. I'm just
speaking,
I understand your position. I'm just
if you make that a standard that it's a person's chosen behavior, no matter what it is, gives them minority status, you got to be kidding. Where do you stop?
We're going to respectfully disagree.
Where do you stop? Look, if people are involved in activity that's immoral and wrong, you can love them, but you don't respect what they do, and you try to help them find a way out.
Well,
whether they're alcoholics, whether they're murderers, whether they're adulterers, whether they're perverts or pornographers or whatever, you want to help them. Or homosexuals, you want to help them out.
We're going to respectfully disagree, but I'm not going to call people, I'm not going to put negative labels on persons. I think all children should feel as though they are loved in the state of Texas. I think all adults ought to feel as though they are loved in the state of Texas. And I'm not going to demean them or disrespect them. And I think in this Texas, I think everyone should be treated respectfully, and everyone should be allowed to have equal opportunity.
Well, then we can get rid of all the laws that we have against people that do immoral acts like murder and rape and embezzling, because you want to make them feel good, don't you? You don't want to make them feel bad about their actions. They may be born that way. That's your argument. It doesn't make sense.
I think this could go on for quite some time.
Thank you.
Wait a second.